Welcome to the Hayworth Music Podcast, episode 42.
Yes.
What's going on? Original crew.
What's up, everyone?
Original crew. We've got the Big GH here.
Big GH in the house.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Can wave to everyone on Facebook.
Hey, everyone on Facebook land.
And, original podcast member, Mr. Ryan Beveridge.
Salutations.
What's going on?
Not much.
The first Quenser.
From bloody the satellite store, eh?
Poor Dean. The traffic on the way up to...
Poor Dean.
Traffic on the way up to North Gong is horrendous.
Yeah?
So he's probably still on his way.
Poor customers, mate.
Yeah.
We'll like it. But anyway... Let's
I'm in
talk
control.
business.
Yeah, I want to know, because you dropped the bomb on me this morning, so I want you to tell me about...
So around January, when the NAMM show was on, there was a bit of a leak of what Fender's got coming up. Fender's always got some cool things in the pipeline. But this one's called the Fender Parallel Universe series.
Ooh, sounds spooky.
It does. It sounds Twilight Zone, doesn't it?
Reminds me of that series, Sliders.
Who's
a show about little hamburgers on it.
Who was the dude in Sliders?
Remy.
Oh.
Cue ball. Remy. I can't remember the dude. The actor.
O'Donnell?
There was Stargate as well, which was
Stargate.
Similar, wasn't it? Yeah.
I was always a Sliders fan, to be honest.
Always at battle with the Stargate fans.
Yeah. So the Parallel Universe series, Fenders.
What's happening outside of Fender is that a lot of sort of indie guitar manufacturers are actually doing this anyway. So I think Fender's kind of gone, well, hang on, there's money to be made in getting a classic guitar shape and mashing it up with another classic guitar shape.
Yep.
So what's happened is they've gone with, for example, a Strat body, but they've put the Jag pickups and pick guard on it.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at a few different pictures here of some of these models. I'm looking at a Telly with humbuckers.
Looks like a Les Paul kind of.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Fender Strat with like the full Jag set up, the 2 channels, and the 3 single coils.
Some look better than others.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm sure some will appeal to some and some won't to others.
Yeah. There's a Jazz Telly with big P90 pickups.
Like a Jazzmaster,
yeah.
So basically, these aren't out yet. This was a leak, as far as I'm aware.
It's like a Telly with 3 single coil kind of Strat pickups on it.
So this is the
cool.
one that ended up on Fender's website. Is that right?
As of I think yesterday, the Strat Telly one just appeared on Fender's website. So it's like a Telly body with an ash sort of sunburst kind of colour.
Yeah.
Green pickguard, 3 pickups. So it's kind of like a bit of both, really. I think it's the 5-way switch and everything like that.
Yeah.
And from the looks of it, these are American made.
From the price of it, they're American made as well.
Yeah.
Looks like so. I'm jumping on Fender's.
But we don't know that for sure, though, do we? We're just kind of guessing.
This is FenderAustralia.com.
Speculation.
It's all speculation. It's all rumours at this stage.
Based on the price and the features,
3599.
Could be Japanese.
Educated guess. It could be.
But maybe not.
Well, let me read you some specs and then we can...
Spec me.
Okay, so it's an ash body with a Strat Comfort contours, lacquer finish. So that's pretty standard. American Professional Deep Sea neck profile and a 9.5 radius fingerboard. You got your custom shop 69 age single coil Strat pickups. The American Pro Strat tremolo. So that's what you've been seeing on the American Pros at the moment. With the old classic Fender logo. Comes with a case and a certificate of authenticity. So.
Yes, it sounds American. They wouldn't put all this American Pro stuff on it.
Yeah.
They sound like modified American Pros.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all limited edition, so that's why you get the certificate of authenticity.
This Telly with the Filtertron pickup hollow body thing.
Thin line Telly looks cool.
Yeah.
It's like a sparkle pickguard on it.
Yeah.
Block inlays. Yeah, looks real nice.
Pretty cool.
Real nice. Cool. Nice find, Bevo. How did you come across this?
It's been a bit of a buzz on the internet at the moment.
Okay.
Bevo scours the forums.
He keeps abreast.
Yeah,
he keeps abreast of the issues.
Actually, I followed like a stack of pages on Instagram of just guitar people and pedal manufacturers, and one of my favourites and the other guys in the shop really like Mark Agnesi from Norman's Rare Guitars in California.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's always posting, funny things and like what's coming out. He's not a big fan of this new Strat Telly.
No?
No.
What's he know?
There you go.
Yeah.
He likes the rare guitars there,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
He's a
Not
cool
rare.
guy.
You.
Not rare enough.
No.
But nice find, Bevo. So we'll get more information on this, I'm
if you
sure,
just
in the
jump on
coming
Google
weeks.
and have a look at the ones that are coming out, but we should be seeing that Strat Telly one.
Well, when they pop
real
up
soon.
on Fender Australia's website, they're never that far away.
We haven't even heard directly from Fender about this, so Bevo's just done a
It's a
little
scoop.
bit
Inside
of
scoop.
backdoor
Yeah, that's
research,
right. Yeah.
as he likes to do.
Yeah, hot scoop.
And we'll find out more information, I'm sure, next couple of days,
Yeah,
couple
for
of weeks.
sure. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to do bring the whole range.
Yeah, and if
out
it is
here or
limited
just bring a
edition,
couple.
how limited are we talking here? Like,
Yeah.
if it's really limited,
Yeah,
hopefully we get to see some through the shop.
hopefully we get to see more than the one model.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
know with Australia, guys. Sometimes we get slim pickings.
Pickings can be slim.
We get
Yeah.
slim pickings.
Yeah.
So,
that's
so you
for
never
sure.
know. So hopefully, yeah, we get a decent spread of the models, and we can nab some here
Yeah.
down at Hamworth's. Someone wrote Glenn Hamworth on one of the boxes from Australia. Still showed me. I don't know if it was a joke or not. I hope it was. I think someone having a bit of a joke.
Hamworth.
That'll be next week's topic, all the ways that people have
Yeah, that's
mispronounced.
right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. List all the names you can say
Haworth.
Hayworth.
Nice
Yeah.
find, Bevo. Nice find with the Fenders.
So we were chatting this morning, Bevo.
We were chatting last night, actually.
Yeah, we were,
Yeah.
weren't we? Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah.
Rare that I
Date night.
run into anyone outside of this building.
Well, these
But
guys were playing a gig at Rad Bar
Yeah.
last night, and I got off my
Bevo
bum and
made an appearance.
Yeah.
Oh,
head
nice.
down, caught the last two
Critiqued
songs.
it?
of the
Caught the
set.
last two songs.
Just to critique it and give
No, I
them a
just thought
review.
I'd rock up some friend points and
Yeah,
go
that's
support
it.
my mates.
That's
and
it. They too dozy
Yeah,
now.
and I'd never do the same thing, so it's good. But yeah, it did bring the question up. There was this wicked band that played after us called Petaguana.
Yeah.
And I was jumping on Spotify.
Yeah,
and
I
all
was
this sort of
watching.
stuff
I was
to
watching
try and-
you do your Instagram story of them,
Yeah.
and you tag them in the
Yeah,
story, and it got me thinking about how important social media is for bands and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought this would be a topic close to your heart, Glenn. Social media and the importance of it.
Why would you say that, Bevo?
Oh, you just you talk about it
he
a lot.
loves it. Stories.
Anyone who follows Glenn Hayworth on Facebook or Instagram knows that he's a big fan of the story.
Yeah.
I don't mind a
Live
bit of
view.
an Instagram story. I've synced it with my Facebook story, so just covers all bases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want
but yeah.
Zuckerberg getting my info. Not doing it.
Yeah.
He'll sell
What's
it.
going on Instagram?
You know, there's been a bit of a
I'm pretty sure Facebook and Instagram. So
been a bit of a change in sentiment on Facebook lately, hasn't there?
Yeah, there has, yeah.
Not just this whole leaking of information, but I think it's just getting to the point where I don't know. We've been using it for decades
Diminishing
now, and
returns, yeah.
these things only last so long before people are like, all
you
right,
got to
well,
shake it up.
when your grandparents are on there, you know it's kind of like the kids
Yeah.
are thinking, well, what's the next thing we're
Yeah.
going to use? So, yes, I am a fan because I'm always onto you, Bevo, and that's why Bevo brings it up, is because anytime I go to the Wollongong store, which I do normally a couple of times a week, go up there, see the guys, do a stock run, bring back the paperwork and that sort of thing, I'm always onto them. Boys, where's your social media stuff? Get some stories up. Get some Facebook Live happening.
Get on the instant
and
grams.
and
grams.
sometimes sometimes it works. Sometimes they do it. Sometimes it doesn't.
you got to do it.
Sometimes I've got to do it
Yeah.
because they don't like doing Facebook Live
You should
without
do
me
a
out
Facebook
there.
Live today. You should
I
do
think
one
we
today.
should, Bevo,
Yeah.
because anytime I try and get him to do it, I think I was asking from Christmas. It's been about 3 months for him to do a Facebook Live without me.
Quarterly
be
live
honest,
videos.
To be honest, we
That's
did
what you're gonna
one.
get.
We did one, and then a customer walked in as we started,
Yeah,
and I
they
was so
panicked.
distracted that I had to.
Yeah,
They panic. I think they panic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I hear there? Excuses.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Chibs. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not going to harp on about it, but I'm just hoping that sometime maybe
Well,
by
not on a live Facebook video.
I'm hoping maybe by 2020 we can see a Facebook Live up there.
That's right. That's the year.
That's what I'm just hoping for.
We did want to address a little problem that came up. We've been doing social at Wollongong a fair bit more than the guys in the Harbour shop have been doing, because Chibs does a lot of the just the advertising and stuff on the page.
Yep.
We've been doing it for at least a year now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick does one post. Glenn comes in. Why can't it be like Nick's? Because he's
Yeah,
had
'cause
one
it's better
idea.
quality.
It actually, Nick's stuff is pretty profesh. If you
He's
check out the Hayworth
because he hasn't
guitars,
run out of ideas.
Because he cares, mate. He's got heart.
Oh, sorry.
He's
I mixed up caring with idea.
he's actually no, you know what? His next stuff he's doing the Hayworth Guitars Instagram stories at the moment.
Yep.
Him and Xavier and YouTube's. And Nick's stuff is just profesh. He'll tell the story with it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was trying to say.
So he ripped him off.
Just because Dean, like the day before, his stories were just him and Dom just douching around the shop. Dom wearing sunnies, just like I'm just like, guys, just can you put some like stuff that's a little bit professional? I just want like
an hour, like
I was watching that actually.
Just 10% professionalism to 90% goofiness would be fine.
Because I had a day off and I was watching him going, oh, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Back away.
So, but social media is important. It's important for business, as you guys know, and is it important for bands?
To roll it back, back to the bands. You think about how the music industry keeps changing and is changing and has changed now. If you think about 10, 20 years ago when MTV was the most important thing, because of your image is super important to a band, and more so now where saturation is at a complete peak, you've got to stand out, you've got to be accessible, you've got to be easy to find, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, if your band name is something ridiculous and hard to spell, you've already shot yourself
Why
in
are
the
you
foot.
making it harder than it needs to be?
The guys, Nick's band, Gosh, that's the perfect
Can't get
name.
it wrong.
Can't spell it wrong. Can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
So
so why'd you bring up social media for bands? Why do you think that's important?
Well, as we were talking, we saw this band yesterday, which I really liked, and I went to look them up on Facebook, and
You couldn't find them.
I found lots of things about pet iguana,
Yeah.
real iguanas.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I want to like them. I want to help them.
But you couldn't find them on social media.
Couldn't find them. Yeah, I found them on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a little bit of it, I think, kind of goes hand in hand with that. You real creative types that are like the normally like the leading force behind a band aren't always super disciplined about doing like the marketing side of things. And then if you've got a whole bunch of people in a band that are the same, and it's like they can be the best, but just don't really know how to get the word out there.
And
I also think like Instagrams with stories and everything has become a good outlet for bands, and you can actually put stuff on there. You can get longer videos up there now, but
it just keeps them in your immediate sort of like peripheral. I guess.
I still Facebook. I still don't think is like a really good platform for musicians as far as other than you can put events up. It's it's I don't know.
It's like a web page now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like if I'm doing a Mercury article or whatever, I'll usually just find their Facebook page and say visit them at their Facebook page, because it's just like a web page,
it's
a landing
just a
page.
contact
You
point.
get a summary of the information about them, what they're about, what sort of music. Yeah. So.
But I think video, like, you have to be hardcore on video content as a band if you're going to do social media. You can't just rely on like posting a link to a song and hoping someone goes and listens to it. Everyone wants to watch something. So even if it's just like whatever crappy picture of something, you know what I mean? Like
even the lyric
there.
videos, they're taking off at the moment.
That's
it's
right.
easy.
It's easy.
People love. Well, I don't know about you guys. I love watching movies with subtitles on. Because it keeps me focused. Instead of distracted and everything like that. Same thing. That's why there's lyric videos.
What you're saying is, I think that if you're serious about being in a band, then you have to be serious about social media, about just and it helps if you've got someone who just loves it anyway. Like I like doing stuff on social media anyway, so that's why I do stuff on there. But like if you got someone in your band who loves doing it, then just give it to them. They love it, they can do it. Obviously, Nick likes doing stories anyway, so he's doing stories and making them fun and interesting. He knows how to do it.
Like better than Wollongong.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get there today. I'll do the best.
Bevo's more of a Facebook kind of a guy than Instagram. He hasn't done the old Instagram switch at the moment. I've seen some stuff on Instagram.
I did that one,
but I haven't seen many stories.
I did one yesterday actually. I was cleaning some schmutz off a fretboard.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was nice. That was nice.
Nick quality, or
it was almost Nick quality.
Almost Nick.
It was getting there.
I had a pole. I had a little shiny GIF.
And
did you say lit on it or savage?
But
You gotta
it's
do that.
it's just ridiculously easy now. I mean, everyone's got a phone in their pocket,
Yeah.
and you just
Everyone's
all you
looking
need
at
to
their
do is.
phone all
And
the time.
I follow a good guy to follow if you're into this sort of stuff. You want to improve your social media presence. Is Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V.
Gary V. He's got a good
And
podcast.
Really good podcast.
Wait, once you finish listening to this,
I actually met the dude live. I met the dude at Luna Park towards the end of last year. I saw him live.
it's on a roller coaster.
Next to each other.
I saw him speak and got to meet him afterwards, and just a really inspirational dude. Just a lot of energy, go.
Yeah.
And he's built a media business out of just social media, and he's got so much free content on his Instagram and about how to improve your profile and how to get better. And so he's just rabbits on about it all the time, just how easy it is and how lucky we are just now that these days all you have to do is pull out your phone. And what he talks about is document rather than create. I think I've said it to you guys before. You don't have to make it perfect now. Like, stories last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
Just document what's going on. And from a band point of view, I mean, if you're having a jam, like, practice, just document what's happening. Just film what's going on. Don't make it perfect. Don't make the song. The song doesn't have to be perfect with no mistakes. It's just, and same thing with business with us. Like, I tell you guys all the time, when you're unboxing new stock, just film it. Just put up a post where we got this new stuff and this new stuff. So it's just about documenting rather than creating the content and thinking it has to be perfect. And so it's so easy now. There really is no excuse to doing it, is there? Everyone's got a phone. It's just easy. Just boom, it's up. Everyone's on the internet 24/7.
there's big money in that unboxing racket as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 7-year-old kids making millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
For a little while, I got hooked on people opening Pokemon
Crack.
card packets
Yeah.
because it's like stupid expensive to buy that stuff, and you just watch someone open them on
What to see what
YouTube.
cards they got.
see what cards they got, and then you're on to the next one. Yeah, you get the same thrill.
Well, Bevo.
That's what we're coming to. All right,
just went-
we're gonna go now.
You just went to a next level of geekiness right
Wow.
there, man.
Oh, don't even get me started.
But if we're going to talk about bands too, I bumped into Dom Littridge's band Pacific Avenue. Young guys having a crack at the moment, and Jack Kay's parents were at the shops yesterday. Bumped into them, and they were asking me, "Hey, can you talk to Jack about how to get the band to the next level and that sort of thing?" I was like, "Well, look, I don't know. It's just work hard and do this and that." But what I did think was quality over quantity with gigs.
yeah,
Like try
that's
and pick,
something I wanted to talk about.
try
Actually,
and pick the gigs that are going to suit you, are going to help you guys promote the gig rather than doing a gig every couple of nights. Do one a month or one every or a couple a month, and just really promote them and get a good following there.
yeah,
good
make
crowd.
it limited edition.
Make a limited edition and just promote it. And if you can get a couple hundred people there, the venue's going to want to book you again. The bands that you play with are going to want to book you again. You're going to get the rep as like the band that brings the following, and all of a sudden other people are going to be like, wow, these guys must be good because they bring a couple hundred people to their
And
shows.
the other thing is hook up with other guys that are like you.
Yeah.
Stay for their set.
yeah,
Be their mates and
Yeah.
do it
Build
all the
relationships.
time, because then you build a scene. That's
Yeah.
how it all starts.
and that's what I said to him too. I said, just build relationships with other bands, build relationships with those people in the business that from Triple J and from even like Jeb Taylor with from Music Farmers. What he's doing with Hockey Dad is insane. I'm like, you need to get the guys to talk to Jeb and just get to know him and get him to come check out their shows. And if he can do a similar thing like he did with Hockey Dad, then sky's the limit. It's just building those relationships with the guys in the industry, other bands, and just
Just tag
being
them
good
in
at that.
every post you do.
Yeah,
That's called social
and obviously
media harassment.
bringing it back to social media is just constantly out there doing stuff. Social
do it.
I was
media.
talking
Keep it
to Kane a couple of weeks ago.
Denelli's the master.
He's killing it, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you his secret. I'm going to reveal his secret because he'll probably never listen to this.
Yeah.
It's that fake it till you make it thing. One time he was like, he put up a post saying, "Oh, can anyone recommend a band to support us in Brisbane?" And I said a few, and I saw him a few weeks later. I said, "How'd you go with that stuff in Brisbane?" He goes, "Oh, I had someone all along. I just put it up there so it'd create a bit of buzz." I'm like,
Yeah,
"You
he
diabolic."
he knows what he's doing.
Sneaky.
He knows what he's doing. I also I like that if you follow 1920 or whatever on Instagram, they seem like they're the
seem like they're always
biggest
having
hardy
fun. Yeah.
animals
Yeah.
on earth. And I know for a fact that this gets him in a lot of trouble when his missus is at home with the twins, and it looks like he's just ripping stuff apart and just having the time of his life.
And that's it. He's not
And
taking
then-
photos of the gigs where two people are sitting in the.
He's not taking photos of the fact that they're like going home and going to bed at straight off the stage, or the fact that they sat in their van for 14 hours and drove straight
that's
somewhere.
it. Fake it till
And
you
then
make
there's a
it.
nice photo of them all sitting on the beach drinking beers and whatever. It's like they probably stunk,
Yeah.
and we're in that van for 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then, but that
That was the
no one
one
wants that
highlight,
photo.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about social
Yeah.
media is like you can just put up all the good stuff. Like you
Yeah.
just put up all the good things that are going on, and you create that image of that persona of just.
And it is funny to be self-depreciating, but it sort of doesn't do many favors for you.
Never play the poor me card.
Only on your
social media.
personal page.
No one cares.
Yeah, that's it.
No one.
Nah, but yeah. Well, there's something to be said for being honest and being vulnerable. Like admitting your vulnerabilities, mistakes, and things like that too. But it just depends what you're going for. I mean,
I'll unfollow you. But
you
go.
go.
Nuts.
maybe not in the band point of view, but anyway, there you go. Hey, social media for bands.
Yeah.
I knew this would be a good
Good one,
topic.
Bevo. Yeah, you got good ones. Debate time.
Yeah.
Little quick one.
Yeah.
So we went on with that stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guitar gimmicks.
Yeah.
They're always coming out with new this and that, and this makes you better, and this makes you
All right.
look good. And what's your favourite guitar gimmick?
What's my
It's not-
favourite
not
guitar
so much
gimmick?
of a debate as a more of just like a.
What my favourite guitar gimmick
actually,
is?
Explain what a guitar gimmick is.
What's your
first.
favourite
Give me an
gimmick and
example. Give me
what-
an example of a gimmick.
Okay, so my first thought was those little. You can buy those little things that go on top of your pedals, so you can use them when you're barefoot.
What?
Have you ever seen those? Like a rubber.
What, that block out the not the ones that block your controls?
Those too, but no. It's so you've got pedals that have that really small
Yeah,
stomp
yeah.
switch. You get this big rubber, like big red
No,
button
they
kind of thing.
don't.
Yeah, I can't remember what they call.
So it
them.
just makes the button bigger.
So
So,
you
if you're
can play
barefoot.
it barefoot.
yeah, barefoot buttons or barefoot something like that.
Well,
yeah.
it's
not
not
that
the
hard.
stupidest idea.
It's not
but
that hard
it's
to press
also
down
like,
a pedal though, is
you
it?
know,
Like when you're barefoot.
just
but that's
how
why
much-
it's a gimmick. It's
How much
not,
harder is it going to
not
be?
necessary.
No,
It's like mop shoes.
I don't like playing. I don't like being barefoot anyway, so I'd never.
I love being barefoot.
Yeah.
Shoes so constricting.
That's right.
Yeah.
I need my
That's
little,
right.
my bubble.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm even starting to think I might need a pair of Crocs now that I'm a dad.
Oh,
you
Glenn.
just got to get them.
Glenn,
It's a slippery
no?
slope.
Now I'm a dad. Like
Slippery
you got to
slope.
get a pair of Crocs.
I don't know,
today.
man. I'm just barefoot. I go barefoot and just go stand out in the middle of the road on a hot summer's day
Yeah.
just to feel.
Stage an intervention on that
So
one.
so that's a gimmick. So
Yeah.
little
Well,
things
that's
like
yeah. So I guess it's technically not a guitar gimmick. Strap
So-
locks, I guess you could say, are a gimmick.
Well, not a gimmick.
that. Strap locks aren't a gimmick.
are
They're
you
a
talking
handy
about?
tool.
Yeah.
Well, this is the debate. Yeah.
They save your guitar from breaking, mate.
That's right. What if it just
I've
slips
never
off the
used
strap?
Elixir
Well, you're not
strings,
rocking
I
hard
guess,
enough.
a
You're
bit
not
of a
rocking
gimmick.
hard enough if you don't need strap locks.
Maybe not. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, my acoustic guitar needs to.
Yeah, spin.
harder.
Like
Yeah.
full spins.
Yeah.
I think what's happening here is Bevo's a little bit skeptical of some of this stuff, and he
Seems like
sees some of these things as gimmicks when actually they are maybe useful.
I
Am
don't think that
picking up on that vibe right now.
That pedal thing, the button thing, doesn't sound like the stupidest idea
No.
I've ever heard.
Well, not every gimmick's a stupid gimmick. It's just that
Okay,
it's like that why reinvent the wheel kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Now you
Build a
mentioned
better
Elixir
mousetrap.
strings.
Yeah.
Now,
See, I swear
hang on
by
a
them.
second.
This guy just comes on our podcast and just hates on everything we
You
sell.
watch, I won't be here
Do
next
you hate
week.
everything
No.
we do?
You just said that you used them though.
Yeah, I love them.
Okay, but
So
you
that's
say
a
it's a
gimmick that
gimmick.
works.
Okay, it's a gimmick that works. All right.
Gimmick
I get what
doesn't
you're
have to
saying.
be a bad thing. Gimmick's
Yeah.
not a
Right.
dirty word.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes gimmicks can be a
That's
bit
why it's
like-
good to explain what we're talking about here with gimmicks. Like, what do you mean by a gimmick? So, a gimmick is something like it could be a technological advancement in the technology.
Yeah.
But it can be something that's maybe not useful.
Yeah, snake oil.
Okay. What do you reckon, Chibs? What do you reckon on this topic?
If that's considered a gimmick, then is a looper in your amp considered a gimmick?
Is a guitar a gimmick?
At
Is
one
life
point,
a gimmick?
I was
at
gonna
one
say,
point,
like-
everything's a gimmick.
You know what? The
Is
custom shop 9-neck Fender that guy built not long
That is
ago.
a gimmick.
That is quite the gimmick. And then there was this whole thing where everyone was like, "Oh, that's good, but just can't get a case for it." So he posts a case that he's built for his 9. So the dude in the custom shop at Fender has built a 9-string guitar. You can Google it, check it out.
9-neck guitar.
Yeah, sorry, 9-neck.
A 9-neck?
9 necks.
There's 9 necks.
It's like
There's
every
9
classic
necks.
Fender. It's like
Yeah,
a bass
that's right.
and a jazz
Yeah.
bass and a P
Yeah,
bass.
all in one.
Jazz,
But then it's like,
jazz.
but can't get a case for it. Build a case.
Build a gimmick case.
He built a
There you
case
go.
for it as well. So it's 2 gimmicks for you.
Yeah.
But Zav showed me that the other day, and I was just like,
A case. Yeah.
the fact that he's built a case for it now, it's just like,
Yeah.
how good must this guy be?
Yeah.
That Fender were like, yeah, no worries, mate. You can spend that time doing that.
It's like a Homer Simpson did with his
car.
long lost brother or whatever.
Yeah.
The Homer Simpson
Do whatever you
vehicle.
want. I want a horn here, here, and here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? Any gimmicks you can think of?
I think that's that's my gimmick.
I
It's a
don't
nine-string
think it's
Fender.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head as a gimmick. I think we got some cool stuff in the shop that's handy. Like
Robot tuners.
That is a gimmick.
Robot
I actually had
tuners.
to. I had to
That
do a
was a
service on a
gimmick.
robot Gibson
Did you
last
have to
week.
tune the machine? Did you have to?
I had to look
charge
up.
it.
Luckily, this is the first one I've had that where I didn't have to charge.
Yeah.
I had to look up how to detune the strings because you've got to press on.
There's a
And
series.
then on again, and then down and up. And,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like an
man.
episode of Lost.
Yeah, just let me turn the bloody car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a
But
gimmick.
the thing is, like, it starts as a gimmick and it either dies in the water or it becomes commonplace, really. So everything
Yeah.
kind of starts as a gimmick
Yeah.
at first and then becomes...
At one point, the
Yeah.
electric guitar was a gimmick.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, the humbucker pickup was a gimmick. You know,
Yeah.
so
Just didn't have Bevo to go on a podcast and rip
yeah,
the hell out
critique
of
it. But
Every gimmick ever.
But when you talk about, like, remember when Elixir Strings first came out, that was kind of like that was a pretty hard sell to start with because it was
Yeah,
sort of
it
like, I don't like the idea of plastic on my
Yeah.
strings. What? But now, like, best selling strings,
Yep.
basically, and all the other brands are doing it now too. You had a company start up doing these Elixir strings, which weren't even a string
they say it was like a
manufacturer
tennis
to
racket?
start with. I don't know. I can't remember the story
Yes.
behind it.
I think they made tennis racket, like,
Yeah.
strings.
Yeah,
and
okay.
and now basically all the big manufacturers are doing
Well,
it
they
too.
come almost stock standard on nearly everything.
It's good for us living near the coast.
Bloody oath. Yep.
All that corrosion going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a gimmick to start with, but that's one thing that's become popular and just become the norm now. Really, is coated strings.
Yeah.
And it's handy for the guitars in the shop too. We might have a guitar sit on the wall for a while, and if it's got those coated strings on
Yeah,
it,
I do all the Floyd Roses with them, so I don't have to bother changing them.
Well, like I remember way back in the day before like Alyssa's were out, we
Yeah.
were constantly restringing
yeah.
guitar, like stock guitars.
Yeah, that's right.
Guitars in the shop, like all the time.
And what about Sustainiac pickup? That was a gimmick to start with. I remember it was very rare. It was only on like one guitar ever, and then all of a sudden, it's like all the brands are doing it.
Yeah, everyone seems to have a model that's got it.
Got the Sustainiac
Built in.
pickup.
One thing
That's
though,
great.
do you guys get on Facebook sometimes like targeted advertising for stuff we can't get in the shop here that someone's just sort of come up with and they might have done a Kickstarter for it or something? Things like those. It's like a capo that can do individual strings and stuff.
Oh,
we get people
yeah.
asking about them all the time,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's like it's a pretty homespun kind of thing. So we
Yeah.
can't get them because we don't have.
We've
a
had
supplier.
partial capos, but
Yeah, you do, but
And that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They start it off as like someone's gone, how can I improve on this idea, that idea?
yeah.
And then eventually, if it becomes a popular thing,
Yeah.
the suppliers buy it, start distributing
Or
it.
they just start making it and don't buy
Yeah,
it.
oh, change the name, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'll pay for this lawsuit and it's fine.
Yeah.
That's no worries.
Yep.
Cool.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Guitar
Sweet.
gimmicks. I mean, there's plenty out there. Let's hear from you guys.
What's your favourite
People out there,
guitar
comment.
gimmick?
Send us
for
your
sure.
favorite guitar gimmick.
Yep.
What's cool? I'm going to say one more before we go.
Yep.
The guitar spinner. That's a gimmick.
Yep.
That is a gimmick.
Sure is. It's a
Landed-
dangerous one as well.
Set up one on my guitar. There was a guy from another guitar store who found these old ZZ Top spinners in his store, which had been there since like the 80s, and they never sold them. And so I got him to send me one. Put it on an old Simar, this old electric guitar Simar we had in the shop. Covered it in fur. Put my wireless system on it, and all of a sudden, I got a guitar that spins like ZZ Top.
Spinning around.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
It didn't really cotton on though, but it's a
Nah,
gimmick.
don't say it
There
much.
you go,
these
Bevo.
days.
That's a gimmick.
Yeah,
I used to
that's-
love using.
Dropbox
You still love it.
Talking point. I haven't used it at a gig in so long. I wish I could because I don't play any gigs that warrant it. But
Nothing but talk box.
Anyway, I better wrap it up there, boys.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Hayworth Music Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes or Podbean if you're an Android user. Leave us a review and tell
Yes.
all your friends.
Yes. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching. Thanks for listening.
That's it. All right.
Rock
See
and
you
roll.
next
Bye.
week. Later.
Bye.